When you hit Ctrl-Z to undo a typo, or click the back arrow in your web browser to return to a previous page, your computer is relying on a specific method to retrace its steps perfectly. The system merges these actions into a single, highly restricted memory model. This container represents a stack data structure. Unlike a standard array where you can read or overwrite any random index at will, a stack enforces strict last in, first out, or LIFO access. The most recent data block to drop in is the only one you can touch. Everything underneath is trapped. We navigate this container using 3 core operations. We push to add a new item to the top, and we pop to remove that top item. And if we just need to read the data without removing it, we use peek to look at the highest block. Hardware has physical limits. If we restrict our container to a fixed capacity, forcing a new item into a full stack triggers an overflow error. Conversely, if the stack is completely empty and your program attempts to remove an item, the system fails with an underflow error. This restricted access ensures chronological integrity. By forcing us to handle the most recent data first, the stack guarantees that whether we are undoing a single keystroke or managing the nested layers of a running program, the system retraces its steps in the exact reverse order they were taken. To build this structure effectively, we have to look at how it sits inside your computer's physical memory. On the left, we have an array-based implementation. Because arrays allocate memory in one sequential grid, the CPU can leverage spatial locality. The hardware recognizes the pattern and prefetches the next blocks into the cache, making read and write operations extremely efficient. Contrast that with a linked list-based stack. The data is scattered across fragmented memory addresses, forcing the CPU into a routine of pointer chasing that causes frequent cache misses. However, because each node is allocated individually, a linked list avoids the performance pauses required when a large array needs to resize. Choosing between an array and a linked list is a decision between raw retrieval speed and dynamic scaling stability. For most high-performance software, the array implementation is the standard choice. Stacks also allow us to optimize complex problems, like finding the next greater element. A naive search would check every future element, resulting in an O(n)² time complexity. We can reduce that to linear time by using a monotonic stack. A monotonic stack enforces a sorted order within the container. Watch the numbers 2 and 1 drop in. They stay because the stack is decreasing. But the moment the larger 5 arrives, the system ejects the smaller elements from the top before the 5 is allowed to settle. Try this yourself. Look at the array. 4, 2, 5, 3. If we process this left to right, exactly when does the number 4 get popped from the stack? 4 drops in, then 2. But the moment the 5 enters, it triggers a cascade. Since 5 is greater than 2, the 2 is popped. Because 5 is also greater than 4, the 4 is popped next. Even with that inner loop, the performance is linear, because every element is pushed onto the stack exactly once and popped at most once. We have a total of 2 operations per item, mathematically guaranteeing O(n) performance. We can apply this logic to the largest rectangle in a histogram problem. To find the maximum area that fits inside these uneven boundaries, we have to identify the widest possible reach for every single bar. We use a monotonic stack to track the indices of the bars. When a shorter bar arrives, it breaks our increasing sequence. We pop the taller bars from the stack, using the current index as a right boundary and the next item in the stack as the left boundary. This is lazy removal. Instead of calculating area for every bar immediately, we execute the math only when a bar is popped. This allows us to find the maximum possible area across the entire histogram in one single pass. This summary breaks down the core trade-offs. Push and pop operations are always order 1. Your choice of implementation determines memory locality, and the monotonic stack pattern provides the logic needed for linear time sequence queries. Mastering these physical constraints allow you to transform complex, overlapping boundaries into a predictable sequence of pushes and pops. In our next video, we'll explore the queue and see what happens when we remove the restriction on the bottom of the container.